Have you ever stopped to think that your job, the one that gives you security and pays your bills every month, might actually be the biggest reason you never get rich? It sounds harsh, but that's exactly what happens to millions of people every day. They wake up, work, get paid, and remain stuck in the same cycle, year after year. Today, I'm going to reveal 10 uncomfortable truths that explain why your job might be holding you back from achieving financial freedom, and, more importantly, what you can start doing right now to change that story. After years of studying finance and helping ordinary people transform their lives, I know exactly which steps work. And to understand why this is so dangerous, we first need to take a close look at the problem and discover how it traps you without you even realizing it. Imagine this scene. You wake up early, face traffic or a crowded commute, work 8 or more hours a day, come home exhausted, and by the end of the month, when your paycheck arrives, it's already practically spoken for. Bills, debts, groceries, rent. Before you know it, there's almost nothing left. This is the reality for millions of people. What's even more frustrating is that you might get a raise or a bonus now and then, but the feeling of real progress never comes. And it's not because you don't work hard or don't deserve more. It's because the system is designed to keep you trapped. It gives you just enough to survive, but not enough to thrive. This trap is silent. It makes you believe you're moving forward when in reality you're just running in place, like a hamster wheel. Over time, this routine drains your energy, consumes your opportunities, and weakens your dreams. And the longer you stay stuck in this cycle, the harder it seems to find a way out. The problem isn't just financial, it's mental. It's the belief that this is the only way to live, and that any alternative is just too risky. But there is a way out. And today, we're going to expose these invisible forces, and more importantly, show you how to break free from them. I'll share 10 essential truths that can change the way you see your job and your money. You'll understand why the security of a job can be an illusion, how the salary ceiling limits your earnings, the silent impact of inflation, and how the endless cycle of bills keeps you from growing. And in the end, I'll present a smart transition plan to help you gain more freedom without having to quit everything all at once. So let's start with the first point. A fixed salary feels like a safe harbor. Every month the money comes in and the bills get paid. But that feeling of stability can be deceiving. The truth is, you depend on a single income source controlled by someone else. One layoff, budget cut, or crisis, and your entire security can vanish. True stability doesn't come from a paycheck. It comes from the ability to generate income in different ways. The more you believe your job is your shield, the more vulnerable you become. And that brings us to the next problem. Even if your job seems stable, there's a limit you'll never be able to break through. In a traditional job, there's a salary ceiling, and often you don't even know where it is. This limit depends not just on your effort, but also on the company's budget, the economy, and management decisions. That means no matter how many overtime hours you put in, your financial growth potential within that structure is capped. To break through that ceiling, you need to create income sources that aren't tied to an employer's rules. Otherwise, you'll always be fighting for a raise that might never actually come. And even when a raise happens, there's another silent enemy that eats away at your earnings. The cost of trading your time. Exchanging time for money sounds logical. You work, you get paid. But it creates a harsh limitation. You only earn while you're working. If you get sick, take vacation, or just want to rest, the income stops. It's like being stuck on a treadmill. Stop moving and you don't get anywhere. On top of that, time is the most limited resource there is. You can't create more hours in the day. The solution is to start investing part of what you earn in assets that generate income, even without your daily effort. That's how you break free from this constant trade-off. And as we'll see in the next point, there's a factor that makes this equation even worse: inflation. Every year, the cost of living goes up, and often your salary doesn't keep pace. Even if you get a raise, it might only be nominal, without any real increase in purchasing power. It's like running on a treadmill. You put in the effort, but stay in the same place. This means that if your money isn't invested in something that beats inflation, you're actually getting poorer over time. Investing is no longer optional. It's essential to maintain and improve your standard of living. The problem is, many people believe they're making progress when in reality they're just fooled by small changes in their paycheck. A promotion or an annual bonus might seem like a big step forward, but most of the time, these gains bring only a temporary increase in income that's quickly swallowed up by new expenses. You earn more, but you also spend more, and the bottom line stays pretty much the same. This creates the illusion of praise as an opportunity completely on a single, your entire future, your income at risk. To take control, you need to develop skills that can generate income outside the traditional job, through freelancing, digital businesses, or investments. The more diverse your income streams are, the safer you'll be. And that brings us to the next point, the spending cycle that keeps most people from building real wealth. Want me to continue? When your salary goes, the problem is that by increasing in proportion to income, you still don't build wealth. This is called the lifestyle inflation effect, and it's one of the biggest thieves of wealth. The solution is simple but requires discipline. Keep your expenses stable and invest the difference. That way, every raise becomes a real step toward financial freedom. But to get there, you have to overcome another obstacle. The mindset that stops you from creating new income streams. Many people dream of starting a business or investing, but the routine of a traditional job consumes time and mental energy. After a long, exhausting day, there's little motivation left to study, plan, or execute new ideas. Plus, the fear of losing your paycheck security can paralyze you. To break through this block, it's crucial to set aside time every day to learn about finance, business, or investing. Even 30 minutes a day can lead to significant changes over a few months. And when that mindset shifts, you open yourself up to the real power of multiplying your income, as we'll see in the next point. Having more than one source of income isn't a luxury, it's protection. It can be something simple like freelance work, an online business, renting out property, or investments that pay dividends. Even if the extra income starts small, it provides security and reduces your dependence on your main paycheck. Over time, these sources can grow enough to cover your fixed expenses, allowing you to work by choice, not out of necessity. And when you start building this foundation, an even bigger step becomes possible. Creating a plan for a full transition to true financial freedom. Leaving your job doesn't have to be a leap into the unknown. You can make a calculated, safe transition. The first step is to build an emergency fund that covers 6 to 12 months of expenses. Next, start building and testing your new income stream while still employed. This reduces risks and builds confidence. When your extra income approaches or matches your current salary, you'll have the freedom to decide whether to stay at your job or focus solely on your own projects. That way, the decision isn't made out of desperation. It becomes a strategic choice. And that's exactly the mindset shift we're going to talk about now. Here's the translation into natural American English. Now that you know these truths, the choice is in your hands. Every day that goes by without action is a day lost to building your financial future. Procrastination is the biggest enemy of freedom because time waits for no one. Remember, financial freedom doesn't happen overnight. It's a journey built step by step with discipline and focus. No matter where you are today, what matters is the decision to start now. Even the greatest investors and entrepreneurs began with a simple step, often small and full of doubts. The difference is, they didn't let fear paralyze them. They understood that control over their own destiny is in their hands, and that the best time to act is now. So think about it. Which of these truths resonated with you the most? What step are you willing to take today to transform your financial life? The answer to that question could be the beginning of your freedom. If you found this information valuable, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more content that truly makes a difference in your financial life. Comment below which of these strategies you're going to start applying today. I want to know your commitment to change. Also, share this with someone who needs to hear this message, so together we can build a community of more financially aware and independent people. Your action today could be the first step toward a completely different life tomorrow. The journey to financial freedom begins with a single step, and today you already know what those first steps are. Remember, your future doesn't depend on your boss, your job, or your paycheck. It depends on the decisions you make now, on the actions you choose to take every day. Financial freedom isn't luck, and it's not for a privileged few. It's for those who decide to act, learn, and persist. It doesn't matter how much you earn, but how you manage what you have and how you invest in your future. The challenge is set. Are you ready to break free from the cycle that keeps so many people trapped? The decision is yours. Make the right choice today and build the tomorrow you deserve. See you in the next video. Until then, take good care of your future. If you want, I can help adapt this for a more casual or formal tone too.